You know, with this opening back up, I know a lot of y'all saw over the weekend the Jordan 5 release. And there's been a lot of Atlanta, Georgia photos going around with the guys standing in line for the shoes. I want you guys to take on that. Also is segueing us into our last dance segment when they had a small segment about the Jordans and the power and the influence of Jordan shoes and how they rock. So I know a lot of people was like, man, they standing in line, but then it's a thing, you know, it's not, you know, a lot of pundits say, but it's not making you run faster. It's not making you dunk. It's never been about that with Jay.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna try the shoe impact. I ain't gonna get on the last dance yet, but those 5s that came out most definitely is one of those ones that you feel me that you usually just have to have. They, you know, Jordan usually drops some of those retros that are like must have, and those 5 red 5s are usually like a strong. I gotta get those.
Gotta get them.
But yeah, but you know what? I said the 11s getting ready to come out again. Some white 11s, low top, black with the red at the bottom.
Right. I saw those.
I kind of passed on the 5 reds for them, but shout out to MJ, man. He's still doing this shit.
Did you guys see the photos of the people lined up for the shoes in Georgia?
And I think that goes to kind of what we talked about last week is I don't necessarily blame them as much as I blame the store owners, because I mean, you knew that was going to happen. Like that was inevitable. It kind of goes to what we talked about last week is there was not enough structure in place for that process. Like they set themselves up for failure as far as that goes. I mean, people are going to, nobody that I know a shoehead is going to stop from trying to get to the Jays if they can. Like, I don't know. And it's not like you're going to have an issue selling out. I don't know if they should have did an online lottery, you know, an online appointment, you know, I think they should have did an online lottery or something like that. And that's the only way that you can get those shoes. I think that should have been the only option there. Or otherwise,
I think that should have most definitely health-wise been the only option. Like with the online lottery, and like that way you could police who pick up where at what time, and still be able to do social distance within the store or whatnot.
Because the online lottery is a tried and true method.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like it works.
Right. So when I saw the line, I was kind of surprised, like why they just didn't do it like they. I mean, it's not nothing to do an online drop.
It's not nothing to do an online drop. I mean, as easy as I've seen, you know, lotteries and games on Facebook, you know, that people doing from their own house. So you cannot get me to believe that they can't get a store to easily come up with a way, because one thing we all know is from size 2 to size 15, they're going to sell out. So that's the last of their concerns of, oh, are we going to get rid of these shoes?
But Jay, here's the thing. They already have a way. They've done it before. That's what I'm saying. It's not, they don't have to come up with anything. They do this when they want to on select release. Already.
Yeah, and we all know as sneakerheads, there are certain ones that's gonna drop that you know that is gonna go stupid. Those are one of the ones that was gonna go stupid.
OG Pack gonna shake the room every trip.
Every time.
So did they come out here?
Online only, Athlete's Foot registration.
Yeah.
So Athlete's Foot went through the right protocol.
And I don't know how City Gear the rest of the places. I didn't get them. I'm no shoes. During this whole pandemic, no shoes.
Me too.
No sneakers. I hope it don't last 3 years.
Yeah.
It's a nice segue into our last dance topic, though.
How was that tequila before we jump to that, Tank? What do you think?
It's kind of smooth. Casamigos.
Hey, you know, that's what somebody said right before they get really tore up right there.
Oh, I'm going in tonight. It's Cinco de Mayo.
That's what's up. But yeah, last dance, my bad.
No, you good. What was y'all thoughts?
Again, more of the same. I'm enjoying it. I feel like Jay, it's not enough. I'm glad it broke down the tennis shoe aspect of it and showed people the craze behind it. I'm glad
I did too. I was happy that they went into. I've read some of the stories, and I was just happy to hear MJ talk about the fact that Adidas was like his shit. Like that's where he was headed. You know what I mean? Like, so like hearing him say that, I was shocked that that Nike had projected that they would have been happy with $3 million sold at the 4th year.
Because you got to remember, they were new. When I was a little one, Gayfers, before Dillard's, it was Gayfers. They used to have Nikes, but it really wasn't no ad. It was like Dope Mans, Trailblazers, stuff like that. And then you came into once right around the Air Max was coming, that's when the Jordan was introduced. And that was.
But you talk about projecting, 3 to 4 million at year 4 for him, and he ended up going 120 plus
26
million,
first year.
126 million first year.
That's crazy.
Hell of a statement for a rookie.
Dumb numbers.
That's hell of a statement for a rookie.
And I know that Jordan, he touched on that a lot of it had to do with his performance. It also had a lot to do with Nike's game plan. And shout out to his his agent who really tried to line him up with that, because it's hard to believe, his agent was the one that said he's got to have his own signature shoe.
Right.
All of these things, because back then, like the game plan that Converse had of just switching colors up, that shit was whack. That shit was really whack. Which hindsight's 20/20. But for them to differentiate themselves and give this rookie his own was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Earth shaking, matter of fact.
Yeah, it was culture changing. I liked that aspect. I liked the Spike Lee. I can remember being young, seeing the Spike Lee commercials, but not understanding truly at that age the impact that it was having.
Right.
Culturally. You feel what I'm saying? I just knew Spike Lee on that shit and do the right thing and all that. But
and imagine me, I was at the midst of that. Young teenager, adolescent coming up in Tuscaloosa, 14, 15, 88. When them threes, that set the tone. The Jordan 1s, we remember them, not really a must-have. Jordan 2s was the first Jordan I got. Jordan 2 lows, white with the red and black. I got them in Michigan. Came to the town, killing everybody, loved them. But my 10th grade year, the Jordan 3 Cements came out, and that was it. First shoe with the Jumpman on it. The first time you saw that Jumpman and was able to get, in the spring, you was able to get the Jumpman shorts from East Bay, Jay, it was wraps.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, that was $99.
99.
That's crazy, bro.
And I think it's more so of when they came. Like Jay said, the weapons, that was different. That was cool. Even the little what's the name, it didn't really matter, but you wanted fresh shoes. You knew you wanted your shoes to be, even as a kid, fast. New shoes, they fast, or fresh.
Yeah.
But that Jordan 3 changed the game. Because now you're getting Jordan 3s, Bo Jacksons, and all that. But the Jordan just, it coincided across the nation with drugs. It's safe to say it, but it did. It came into a time when young boys started getting money on their own. And that's what blew it completely to where it is.
It's crazy, bro, that you say that, but it's because you can almost look at a study, and you can almost do a study on it. You feel me? Like the fact of inner city youth and, drug selling versus the the need of Jordan apparel and having the Jordans and making kind of influencing youth to want to go do whatever it is that they had to do to go get them damn shoes.
Right. You used to get booked for Jordans back in the day. People would take the J's for real. It became, it's Jordan. He's good on court. They look good. The aura of just having a J, because people will take the J. So everybody ain't just got J's. Then as more people got them, it's not really it's one of those things. It's not really a social status. No, you're not looked down upon if you don't have J's. J's now has evolved, even before the youngsters, Jawan, back in our time, they evolved to your uniform, they standard, they 501s, they Ralph Lauren polo knits. This uniform, period. It can't die because that's what it is. Like Levi's not going nowhere. Ralph Lauren, not just a regular nothing. And it's Michael Jordan, Jordan brand. Same stamp.
And I know we got like a lot of topics to touch on, but there's a couple, two more things that I just want to ask y'all about just to get y'all opinion on before y'all do. One, where do y'all stand on the Isaiah Thomas not making the dream team? And second to that, Jordan kept a lot of Hall of Famers away from winning rings, like a lot. Is there one that stand out to y'all that would have won multiple rings if they didn't play in the Jordan era?
I don't know about multiple, but Chuck may have got one. Phoenix was all right. Chuck and Thunder Dan them on that West.
With the Kevin Johnson them squad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Johnson, Richard Dumas, Oliver Miller. That was a squad. That was
a squad.
Basketball.
Big Chuck, Thunder Dan, that was squad.
Yeah. I think your what was your first one?
Isaiah, like, where do y'all stand on the Isaiah Thomas dream team?
Outside of the them putting it on Jordan and blaming it on Jordan, I honestly do believe that there would have been a different mood to that team. I don't know if they collectively would have got along as well. I mean, wow. Isaiah did piss off a lot of people, and I mean,
that's what they were saying.
When he was in the league and when he got out of the league, you know, like he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Yeah. So I can definitely see how it would have affected the basketball team. I don't know if they would have had the same unity if he would have been on that team.
MJ's disdain for Isaiah showed it. He said, "It wasn't me, but if y'all want to say it was me, I take that." Do you know?
He also has no problem saying that he hates that guy. Like,
right. Like I don't like him. It wasn't just me. But if y'all want to say it was just me, I'll ride with that. You know,
no matter how much I hate Isaiah,
you say that.
No matter how much I hate those.
No matter how much I hate him, I respect the game.
Tamika, we know you didn't watch the show, but this moment reminded us so much of you. MJ said, "I'm telling y'all, it wasn't just me. But if y'all want to say it was only me, I'm fine with that." Do you know how mad you gotta hate a motherfucker to say some shit like that? Hey, it wasn't just me. But if y'all just want to keep saying it's me, I mean.
Hey, now keep in mind like this part of it now. You know, when we all get to a certain point, you know, you get older and you have kids and you start looking at things that happened in your earlier life and it's like, I'm over that. I'm past that. This man has made $1 billion and is considered the greatest, you know, he is a cultural icon and he still dislikes this man to this day after winning six championships. I don't know how many MVPs, how many millions and millions of shoes and dollars that he's sold and made. He still has a true disdain for this man. Like this man is still in his pocket.
It's crazy, bro.
Right. Like he in his bag still about that. Like, no, we ain't gonna never be cool.
No, never.
And I don't care if we're not cool. And then he says, not only are we not cool, he is pound for pound the best point guard other than Magic to ever play the game.
Yeah.
I respect his game. He'll never come to the cookout. He'll never get a hot dog.
It's one of them things that make him great.
Right.
Because he can rightfully motivate himself with any little thing. So if
you're the best.
If you did,
but don't come to my funeral.
Yeah. I don't even want you to watch it. The one thing I wanted to touch on that you know, the takeaway from that was what was y'all takeaway? Because I've always felt a certain type of way that Jordan was not more what's the word I'm looking for?
Into the politics, into
active, yes. That he wasn't more active, which after watching it, I feel a little bit different because I kind of understand it from his perspective a little bit more. But what was y'all take before Sunday and now after watching? Because for those anybody that's listening who doesn't know, you know, Jordan has never been he has never been vocal like a LeBron James or like a lot of athletes that we have today as far as what's going on in the world and things of that nature. And he once made a statement, which he just said it, you know, amongst his peers that Republicans buy shoes too, which he said it jokingly, which I know that, when we behind closed doors, that we say some cocky and arrogant things as he
Right.
his God. But when you're around your own inner circle, you're gonna say some things that you would never say in public. So what was y'all takeaway before watching it and after watching it?
Some people aren't into the activism for multitudes of reasons. They don't want to take on the responsibility, which that's fine, because you don't need to do it if you're not going to be about it. You know what I'm saying? No need for him to be an activist and he don't really care, or he not in tune to it and don't really know what's going on. Number two, like I said, it's just one of this thing. Jordan was only trying, Charles Barkley said best, to be the best basketball player ever.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care about the activists. He didn't care about his wife. He didn't care about nothing but being the best and beating whoever in front of him. That's what I'm getting out of the show. No, he gave me. Almost look how Jordan said it. I told my mom, nah, I ain't going no side. I shouldn't some bread, but I shot him some bread only because I really don't care about the issue, or to get to know what this man is talking about. I say that
right
from North Carolina.
I feel the same way. Like I felt the same exact way, and I've always felt like that before the show. So after it kind of just confirmed it for me. Like I always felt like, if that's what you do what you paid to do, and it's cool when you have a Muhammad Ali willing to step outside of his boxing ring to go take on.
That's dope. Or Jim Brown. That's what they are. That's what they want to do.
Right. Like that's dope as hell. But it's not like something that I'm gonna shit on him for if he don't do it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you said, Charles Barkley put it best. His aim was to be the greatest basketball player that ever laced him up. That's all he cared about.
Right.
And guess what he did? He went out there and did it. So righteously, I can't be mad at the man for not that. And secondly, the thing that did change after watching it, I always thought the Republicans buy Jordan too. I always thought that was a comment he made in an interview or something. So to see that he made that comment on the bus with his team, like just, and then to watch him later in another episode call himself God jokingly, then I can see how he play around with shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of
because he showed it. Not that's old footage. It's right.
Right, like that's him. He did it a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it really, kind of confirmed, like, oh, okay. Well, I can see where you were coming from when he said Republican. He probably was just bullshit and playing.
Because it's very obvious after watching it, up to this point that we've learned one thing is even if you hear Steve Kerr and Luke Longley and some of the other guys on the team, like they didn't think Jordan was real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jordan would lived in a totally different bubble than anybody else on that team. Like when you watch him hanging out, he didn't hang out in the locker room. Jordan hung out in a little security room where, I read articles about like that's who he hung out with, he didn't hang out with his teammates like most players do, today. I mean, he lived in a totally different world. And when you watch the fame and everything, like he doesn't have access like a LeBron James or any athlete now that, you can watch videos quickly and be up to date on what's going on in the world and the troubles of what's going on right now. His world was so small that, I mean, hell, it was from meet and greet to the court to practice, to meet and greet to the court to practice to, shows and
the impact. Everywhere he went, look at the impact. Like they were saying, you come out the hotel room with Jordan. MJ. And
then my final thing on it too. His to see like him in the little room and him talking about, like how stressful this life is for real. Made me, him just talking about how stressful it was and how like he can't wait to get away from it, and get away from this life. Made me wonder, as competitive as he is, it ain't no doubt in my mind that he could survive in today's NBA. He'll dominate today's NBA at his prime. But could he have dealt with the social media aspect on top of him being as huge as he was? Like, because he was big as he is, but with people having that much access to you in your life today with social media, how would Jordan have dealt with that?
Not well. No, I mean, he comes from a different generation, but you know, he didn't have to worry about back then because him going to the casino and all of that, there would have been 100 phones, you know, in his face, and everybody was his weaknesses, and I don't think he necessarily tried to hide it. I think the world, we just expected him to be great at everything and be, you know, the perfect father, because he was a perfect basketball player. You know what I mean? And so, you know, we just thought that it was gonna be like that in everything. Like, I remember, and it's bad to say, like, I expected it, but when I found out how just being young and dumb, but just finding out how promiscuous he was, like, I was kind of shocked because I just thought he was perfect.
Oh no. MJ was up the chain.
Yeah.
They say he got a baby up there in Birmingham, right, nigga? One of them from when he was up there playing with the Barons. Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to use us.
I know one thing. I know Juanita ain't walk away with half his funds for nothing.
Juanita got 198 million.
She ain't walk around with half for nothing. She had some proof. And she went away quietly. She ain't did no basketball wise. She ain't did nothing. She just got.
She don't need that bread.
And she walked away.
Wasn't she a lawyer anyway?
Or she was a lawyer? He was a lawyer or a doctor. No, she was a realtor, like in real estate. Mm-hmm. I don't know if a lawyer with it, but because they were talking about the real estate license on the show, you know, she said she kept the. Well, no, I watched something else about them. She kept the active real estate license. They talked to they missed the prenup and they did a postnuptial. Yeah.
That's why she
knew the whole time.
There's no telling
she knew the whole time. Jordan was